Hello everyone, welcome to Cardinals Stadium in Fond du Lac, where it's another beautiful day for high school football right here on Zaleski Sports. My name is Jacob Link, and I'll be on the call for what should be a very enticing matchup between the Kakana Galloping Ghosts and the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Each team is desperately looking for a win in this one, and while it's still early in the Fox Valley Association Conference schedule, both the Ghosts and the Cardinals sit towards the bottom of the standings. Kakana comes into this one with a 1-3 overall record and a 1-1 conference record after falling to Green Bay, Notre Dame, and West Appear to begin the season. But they took down Hortonville 2 weeks ago in the FVA opener 37-16 to get their lone win. Last week, Kakana traveled to Neenah, and the Rockets completely controlled that game, cruising to a 35-7 lead. Neenah opened up with 35 unanswered points to force a running clock, but Kakana quarterback Ryan Carroll was able to find the end zone in the fourth quarter. A 12-yard pass to Tyler Schwalbach, to at least give the Ghosts some points on the scoreboard. On the other side, the Cardinals of Fond du Lac are 2-2 to begin the season after impressive wins over Marquette, University High, and Hartford. But they've lost their last two games to Appleton North and then last Friday to Kimberly 35-20 at quarter, as the Cardinal defense allowed over 200 yards on the ground in that one. Last time the Galloping Ghosts took on quarterback DeAndre Williamson Jr. threw for 176 yards, 3 touchdowns. Rely on Eli Mikulkevich to take over at quarter, and had 96 yards and 2 touchdowns in this season. As Reardon, he's had a 5-yard touchdown run against Hortonville. Also scored a touchdown against West Appear, so they're probably going to be relying on their ground game, as all year and even last year, Fond du Lac was very susceptible to the run. This season, Fond du Lac allows 20 points a game, and they had 60 yards of penalties against Appleton North, so that'll be another big factor in this one. Fond du Lac just has to keep it clean if they want to come away with the win. And of course, last year they allowed over 130 rushing yards a contest, and the Cardinals were outscored 89-54 in the fourth quarter as well, so they need to clean up some of that fourth quarter defense to prevent this Kakana offense from putting up some major points on them. But the biggest thing for Kakana is just to get points on the board. Their offense has been kind of stagnant over the past couple weeks. Besides the Hortonville game, they looked very strong in that one. But Neenah is a tough team, really good defense out there. They are unable to really move the football too much until that fourth quarter, as it looks like both squads will line up, and it's almost time for the national anthem. Kakana's all lined up on the left side of the field, and I think we will go to the national anthem. So we'll step aside, and you're watching Kakana take on Fond du Lac on Zaleski Sports. Welcome back to Zaleski Sports as the Fond du Lac High School Marching Band performs the national anthem.
WIAA requires sponsorship by athletes, coaches, spectators, and education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profaning racial, sexist, or ethnic comments or other intimidating or taunting actions directed at officials, athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Fond du Lac High School, Kakana High School, Fox Valley Association members, and the WIAA, thank you for your cooperation. And for all fans, the field lighting system here at Cardinals Stadium has many capabilities, including flashing lights, strobe lights, color changing lights, and movement type lighting effects. Please take any precautions necessary if you have a sensitivity to any of these lighting features or effects. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in showing our appreciation and respect to those that have served or are currently serving our country by coming to your feet. Gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, performed tonight with the Fond du Lac High School Marching Cardinals under the direction of Chris Myers, Cassidy Adamson, and Jake Copperman.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. My name is Jacob Link, and we're just a couple of moments away from kickoff between the Galloping Ghosts of Kaukauna and the Cardinals of Fond du Lac. Once again, Kakana comes into this contest 1-3 overall, and the Cardinals are 2-2 to begin the season. Like I said in the pregame show, Cardinals are going to be without their normal starting quarterback in Dion. Been very effective through the air, but they're going to have to turn to Eli Mikulkevich at the quarterback spot. Kakana will move from left to right, and again, like I mentioned in the pregame show, they're going to be led by Orion Carroll, the sophomore quarterback. He's 6'1" and 181. He had a beautiful 50-yard pass to Bennett Geithner against Hortonville in Week 3, and that was really where the Galloping Ghosts were able to showcase their offensive powers. But then last week, only were able to put up 7 on the scoreboard against Neenah, and that came in the fourth quarter. Deep to receive is Cavi Weinberg for the Galloping Ghosts. The run-up and the kick is away. Weinberg will field it at the 15-yard line. Runs right out the middle now, cuts over to the right. He's got an open hole. He's across the 35, out of bounds near the 40-yard line. They'll mark him at the 39, and that's where Ryan Carroll and company will take over with 11:51 in the opening quarter. Looking at the defense for Fond du Lac, like I said, they allow 20 points a game defensively, and they're very susceptible to a running offense, which we'll have to see what Kakana comes out in, and they're going to come out with a 5-receiver set. So Carroll stands in the shotgun, 3 receivers left and 2 to the right. Carroll takes a snap, drops back, looks over the middle, he fires, he's got his man upended just around the 35-yard line. What a pass and catch. I'll have to look. We're 87. Now he's at number 88, so a little bit of a switch up there, but a nice catch by Schwalbach to open up the drive. Carroll in shotgun once again fires. Nobody's home. Some miscommunication there between Pearson Bauer and Ryan Carroll. Not exactly sure what they were doing. One of them ran an out route, and Carroll. Now they set up in the pistol formation with 3 to the left and 1 to the right. Carroll takes a snap. He looks right. He's got his man. It's complete to Bauer. Bauer will pick up about 4 on that one. And I'll bring up third and about 2 for 3. Big third down coming up for the Galloping Ghosts. The Cardinals defense last season allowed opponents 50% percentage on third downs, and we already have a flag. False start is going to be called on the Galloping Ghosts. That'll push them back. It will still remain third down, but this time will be 3rd and 11. This Cardinals defense will be led by number 5, Peyton Umentum. Umentum is 5'11 and 175. He was an all-conference honorable mention defensive back last year in the FVA. So look for him to have a big defensive game in this one. Carroll takes a snap, looks over the middle, and he's got his man Bauer once again. Bauer already has 2 catches inside the first minute and a half. Gets them close to the line of scrimmage, or close to the first down marker, I should say, but they're still going to be about 2 yards short. 4th and 2, and the offense remains out there for Kakana. Carroll breaks the huddle, has Reardon behind him. 1 receiver to each side. Reardon now steps up, and the snap is bobbled. Carroll still has it. He runs over to the right side. He's not going to get anywhere near that first down. He's dropped past the original line of scrimmage, and the Cardinals of Fond du Lac will take over on downs. That play was kind of doomed from the beginning after that bobbled snap, kind of a bad snap, I should say, on the center. And just like that, after 34-yard line. On for the Cardinals, like I said, is Eli Mikulkevich coming in for the injured DeAndre Williamson Jr. Mikulkevich stands in the pistol formation with 1 receiver each side. 4-man front for the Kakana defense, and a flag on the play. Another false start, but this time it's on Fond du Lac. They put Devin Neese down in 15 for the Cardinals. Mason Henschel in the backfield next to Eli Mikulkevich. Puts a man in motion, the snap. Handoff goes to Henschel. Henschel's right up the middle, taking defenders with him. Gets himself near the 40-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down and short for the Cardinals. A 10-yard carry on that one from Henschel. And expect him to have a big game on the ground. Last week he ran for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns against Kimberly. He was a honorable mention in the FBA. And Mikulkevich is going to take it himself this time. Goes right up the middle, gets popped, but is going to have enough for the first down on the carry. Gain of 6 on that one for Mikulkevich. And the Cardinals will reset the chains. 9:19 remaining in the opening quarter. Still no score at Cardinal Stadium. Mikulkevich breaks the huddle and is going to send 3 wideouts to the right side. Stands in the shotgun. Another 4-man front for the Galloping Ghosts. Puts a man in motion, takes a snap, and it's going to be a handoff right to the wide receiver, who is just going to get about maybe a yard on that one. They're going to say 2nd and 9. And 9, and that's what it will be. So 2 receivers will be off to the right side now for Mikulkevich. Mikhalkiewicz takes the snap, hands it off to Henschel. Henschel breaks the tackle. He moves across the left side. He's got an open hole. He's across the 40 and taken out of bounds around the 35-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the 37 as the Cardinals are into Galloping Ghost territory. Another strong run from the Cardinals. And now they're going to send Henschel. Going to motion Henschel across the formation. Fakes the handoff to him. He's going to keep it himself right up the middle. There's a flag on the play. Another big hole and another big run for the Cardinals. It will be a holding call on Fond du Lac. 10 yards from the spot is going to back him up to the 45-yard line of Kakana. So it should be 1st and 18. 1st and 18 for Fond du Lac now as the clock runs. Henschel again in the backfield with Mikhalkiewicz. Sends him out to the right side. Mikhalkiewicz takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Henschel. Henschel runs around the left side, taken out of bounds by the Galloping Ghosts. Gain of only 2 on that one, so they finally hold him to under 5 yards on the carry. We have a timeout, it looks like, on the field. So we'll step aside. It's an injury timeout on the field here at Cardinal Stadium in Fond du Lac. This is Zaleski Sports.
Hi friends, are you a retiree like myself and have some spare time wanting to meet new people? I drive school bus for Kaukauna buses. I enjoy seeing many smiling faces, and I still have time for the activities I enjoy. Kaukauna buses offers a flexible schedule, and it's a well-paid part-time job. It's the perfect balance of work and play. Come join me make a difference in your community. Visit Kaukauna.com for more information and to find a Kaukauna terminal near you.
Welcome back to Cardinals Stadium in Fond du Lac, where we had a timeout for an injured player. It was a Galloping Ghost. That's Ace Nelson, the junior linebacker. So he will be helped off the field. Hopefully he's okay. It's not what this defense wants to see if you're Coach Binsfield. But anyways, after the injury timeout, it'll be 2nd and 15 for the Cardinals as they are inside Kakana territory, starting to march down the field. They've really been led by running back Mason Henschel. He's up to 28 yards on the ground in this one. And play will resume. Mikhalkiewicz in the backfield, motions a man across as Henschel. Now looks over the middle. That ball is caught, wrapped up, but he breaks a tackle. He's across the 30, still going near the first down marker. A nice catch and run from Fond du Lac, and that's close to the first down. That was Xavier Davis on the reception. These darker Fond du Lac jerseys is for Fond du Lac. Two receivers on the left side for the Cardinals. Mikhalkiewicz in the shotgun, takes it himself, and he'll keep it himself. Goes right up the gut, dives, and he has enough for the first down across the 25-yard line. So they'll reset the downs for the Cardinals. That was a 3-yard run from Mikhalkiewicz. And again, it's just been all the rushing offense from Fond du Lac so far, besides that nice catch from Xavier Davis. Mikhalkiewicz has a man in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Henschel. Henschel right up the gut again, going right to work in this Kakana defense. Pickup of about 4 on that one brings up 2nd and 6. So slowly but surely, Kakana is letting the Cardinals just march right down the field, right into their gut. 5:44 remaining in the opening quarter. This game will probably go pretty fast considering the Cardinals are a very good running team. Henschel in the backfield. Mikhalkiewicz hands the ball off. Henschel goes right up the middle. Another nice gain on 2nd down. And again, pulls him to around a yard, maybe 2 yards short of that first down. It'll be a very manageable third down coming up for the Cardinals. I think it was a gain of about 4 on that one for Henschel. We'll mark it at 3rd and 1. I'm sure this ball is going to go to Henschel once again. Handoff, and no, Mikulkevich will keep it himself up the middle, dives to the first down. We saw him do that on the last third down Fond du Lac had. He has what should be enough for the first down, and they should be able to reset the chains. Still looking for the official word, and I think they stopped him short. And they did stop him short. That brings up 4th and inches. So 4th and inches for the Cardinals. And a timeout is called by Fond du Lac. As we will keep it here. We want to thank some of our sponsors, including Birkin Heating and Cooling, which is your factory authorized Bryant dealer. Birkin Heating and Cooling services all makes and models. Now is the right time to get warm with Birkin Heating and Cooling. Call 920-759-1478 and see Birkin Heating and Cooling on Facebook. Another big sponsor is Fox Valley Tool and Die, which is a precision machine job shop that supplies critical machine components for a range of customers, from Fortune 100 companies to local paper mills. Contact us today at 920-766-9455. And one more sponsor, as we are almost out of this timeout, is Advantage Machine. They've invested in the Machine Center, machine tools, metal inventories, and our people. Advantage Machine offers a first-class workspace to ensure the best quality with our responsive customer service, fair pricing, and on-time delivery. Call 920-462-4427. So 4th and inches at the home of the Cardinals in Cardinals Stadium in Fond du Lac. Shotgun snap is taken, and the Cardinals are well inside of the red zone of Kakana. Under 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Kakana will keep that 4-man front defensively as the Cardinals break the huddle. Mikulkevich stands with Henschel next to him. One receiver each side. Now they're going to put one in motion. Snap goes to Mikulkevich. He fakes the handoff. Now looks over to the left side and nearly intercepted. Nearly a great interception by Will Clark. Clark, at the very least, he knocked it down. That's all that you would want from your defensive back. But there's a reason why they are a defensive back. It's because they didn't have the best hands as a wide receiver. We saw that with that one. Handoff goes to Henschel. Henschel across the left side, cuts it back, tripped up, and he's inside the 5, right near that first down marker. They're going to mark him at the 4-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play. And they mark him at the 4-yard line. Needs to get to the 2 for the first down. Fond du Lac is looking to punch this ball in. Strong looking formation for the Cardinals. Handoff. Now he's going to keep it himself. Mikulkevich will. He dives towards the end zone. Is going to be about 2 yards short, but he easily has enough for another first down. This time it'll be 1st and goal. So stop shy of the goal line is the Cardinals. Hunter Myers was on the stop that time for Fond du Lac. And actually, they're going to back him. I don't know why the officials down there have it showing as 3rd down. And they're going to bring out the chains. So we have an official measurement, something that we no longer see in the NFL, unfortunately. And they still have it in college and in high school. We will await the official measurement. They put the stick down, and is it enough? Yes, it is. It looked like it was enough from up here. Obviously we don't have the best view, but They do officially pick up the first down, so it will be first and goal. Clock runs with, at least it should be running, with 2.5 minutes to go. Henschel in the backfield with Mikulkevich. One receiver split off to the right side. Handoff goes to Henschel. He's near the goal line. He dives, and he's in. Touchdown, Cardinals. It's been all Mason Henschel for this Cardinal offense, and he punches it in for the opening score. It's 6-0 Fond du Lac. Two-yard touchdown run for Henschel. And it looks like they're going to have one of those strange formations where on one side it's kind of a swinging gate formation. Strong on the one side, and three receivers are split off to the left side. They will go for it. Running towards the end zone. He's wide open for the touchdown. Caden momentum on that one. Excuse me, not touchdown, but 2-point attempt. Ran all the way to the right side of the field, and just so many guys are up there blocking, and Kakana looked confused on that play. But that makes the score 8-0. So we will send it very quickly to a 30-second break. This is Zaleski Sports.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting that it was class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, they're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Emiliano Martinez to kick off for the Cardinals after they just took an 8-0 lead in this one with just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Deep to receive is Cavi Weinberg for out the middle. Gets a couple of blocks, but he's going to be spun down at the 30-yard line. 31, they'll actually say. It's been like nearly 7 minutes of game time. Right next to him. Carroll takes a snap, fakes a handoff to Reardon, looks, and he's going to dump it off right to Reardon. Reardon across the left side, down to the 35-yard line. They'll mark him at the 36-yard line. So it should be 2nd down and 5 for the Galloping Ghosts. Three receivers split off to the right side and one to the left of the offense for Carroll. Carroll takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Reardon once again. Looks deep down the field. He's got his man. That's Schwalbach, incomplete. Just threw it over. Out there, it's difficult to see him because of the red numbers, the dark red numbers on the black uniforms. But either way, it brings up a 3rd and 5 for the Galloping Ghosts. One receiver each side for Carroll. Carroll takes a snap, fakes a handoff once again. Looks down the right side once again as well. Schwalbach, was he taken down early? Yes, he was. That will be pass interference on Fond du Lac. He was pretty much tackled at the 25-yard line. They'll pick up plenty on the 15-yard penalty, and that should reset the downs for Kaukauna. Again, both times he's been looking down the field for Schwalbach. Carroll trying to show off his arm strength there, but both times overthrew his man. But it's kind of a stark contrast to what we saw in previous weeks out of the Kakana offense, which was mostly run. This time it will be a run as Reardon goes up the middle, fights his way for a good pickup on 1st down, pickup of 8 on the carry for Reardon. That'll be, now they'll say 9. So that should be a 2nd and 1 for the Galloping Ghosts. Carroll will break the huddle with 2 receivers each side. Takes a snap, hands it off to Reardon once again. Breaks one tackle from behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to fight his way past the 1st down marker. what strength Reardon had that time to break the tackle and fight his way for a gain of 4. So another first down for Kakana. 7 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 3 receivers, one side and one to the left side. Carroll spins out of it in the shotgun, fires it down on the right side, incomplete. Looking for his man. As that time, Quentin Gussman was the intended target for Carroll. And there's zeros up on the scoreboard. But the officials are still out there. And I think they're going to talk about if there was any time left or not. I mean, I'm seeing 0, so there shouldn't be. Not sure what this delay could be about. As the officials will come over and talk with Sam Pluker, the Cardinal head coach. I don't think anybody really knows. They're going to say a flag, I think there. An eligible man downfield was the call. They'll decline the penalty, so it'll be 2nd and 10, and now after everything is sorted out, that does it for the first quarter of action. 8-0 is your score with Fond du Lac on top. My name is Jacob Link, and this is Oleski Sports.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, they're not spending that much for a degree.
I was 30 when I went back to school here. I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future Checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Welcome back to Cardinals Stadium in Fond du Lac as we begin the second quarter of action. Kakana now moves from right to left on your screen. Carroll has 5 receivers out there right now on second down. He looks down the middle, and that is nearly intercepted, incomplete. As again, I believe he was looking for a Schwalbach down there. That brings up 3rd and 10. Luckily for the Galloping Ghosts, though, it rolled incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 from the 36-yard line of Fond du Lac. 3 down linemen for the Cardinal defense. 4 receivers out there for the Galloping Ghosts, 1 to the left and 3 to the right. Carroll looks around his offense, barks out some orders, now takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Reardon, rolls out to the right side, still going, he's being pursued, he fires it down the field, he's got his man, incomplete. As that time he was looking for Quentin Gustman. Just was out of the reach of Gustman. Another strong looking throw from Carroll, but just again, just a little bit off target. So 4th and 10 is what they'll have to deal with here. And it looks like the offense is out there again. And, I mean, you might as well. You might as well try to put some points up on the board at this point. That's something that they really have kind of struggled with all season, Kakana has. They're only averaging 18 points a game. Carroll takes a snap at 4th and 10. Now spins out of it. He's being pursued. Tripped up, but he still stays on his feet. Looks down the field, off of the hands of his receiver, and another turnover on downs for the Galloping Ghosts. And again, that was Quentin Gustman, who was the intended target for Carroll. Went off of his fingertips. He tried to keep both feet in bounds, it looked like. Tried to toe tap it and just couldn't come up with the reception. So the Cardinals will send out their offense. Each year, more than 6,000 high school students get a head start on their college education thanks to dual credit classes made possible by Fox Valley Technical College. These are college-level classes that high school students can take for free, saving on average more than $600 per student. Learn more at fvtc.edu/gettechnical. Eli Mikulkiewicz heads out there, puts a man in motion, drops back in the pocket, looks down the field. One-on-one coverage, comes up incomplete. He's going to complain that there was no penalty on that one. Him without the penalty in there. You know, it was kind of a bang-bang play. Put his hand in there and disrupted the pass. And that brings up 2nd and 10. Handoff goes to Henschel. Henschel has a big hole, stays on his feet. What a move. He's across the 40-yard line, and that's where he'll be taken down after what is about almost a 25-yard gain. It'll be a 24-yard run for Henschel. Ball placed at the 40-yard line of the Galloping Ghosts as the clock will run. So again, the ground game is the go-to option for Fond du Lac. 2 receivers left side for Mikulkiewicz. Mikulkiewicz puts his receiver in motion. Looks for a slant pass, incomplete once again. Kind of a dangerous ball to be placed right there with all those linebackers. And Davis, the 6'2 senior wideout, has been a main option for Fond du Lac all season. Just was unable to come up with that one. 1 receiver each side for the Cardinals. Henschel in the backfield. Mikulkiewicz takes a snap and on taking himself. Henschel's leading the way. Gain of 3 out there. 2 receivers. He's past 1. I'm sure what we're going to see more of as well with Fond du Lac. You know, if they're going to hand it off to Henschel, pretty soon they're going to do some till halftime. Mikulkiewicz drops back in the pocket. Mikulkiewicz drops back in the pocket. Looks down the field. He tight end. But a nice play from the Mikulkiewicz. Takes the snap. I will say gain of 4 on the carry from Henschel. It's a touchdown as well. Nine and a half to go until halftime. He's got his man out of bounds. Beautiful throw and catch that time as he found Everett Oliva, the wide receiver. For the Cardinals, enough for the first down on.
Here we go. Crank it up.
A game. They're looking to put up some more points on this drive. In the pocket, he has his man wide open, 4-0 Fond du Lac. 6-yard touchdown. And now I believe they will try the extra point, as last time the Cardinals went for 2. The kick is up, and it is good. As Martinez puts another point on the board, it's 15-0 Fond du Lac. Will step us.
High school sports and entertainment, there's nothing like it, you can't contain it. Friday nights with hometown pride, Celeste Sports is statewide hype. Cameras roll, the crowds go crazy, live stream gold, there's nothing like it, you can't contain it.
Up 15-0. Here's the kickoff. It's returned by Weinberg. He's going to be obligatory. And head coach Matt Binsfeld is going to side will break a 10. So the main target for Ryan Carroll is not out there, but I assume they're probably it. Handoff goes to Job. Job will have enough for the first down. Board. 7.5. Last week, Neenah put up 35. One receiver each side for Carroll. Carroll takes a snap. He backs up. Deep drop. Looking down the field into double coverage. The half-yard line. Exactly what the Galloping Ghosts needed. What a pass, though, to open up at 1st and goal from Carroll. The snap is there. The kick is up, and it is good. 15.
They served Kakana for over 30 years as a Bryant factory remodels and April air humidifiers, serving for both residential and commercial needs. Plus, 7-8 and let Birkin take care of your heating and cooling needs.
Welcome back to Cardinal Stadium in Fond du Lac. Kakana just got themselves on the scoreboard. And what really set that up was the long pass from Carroll to Bauer. Put him up at the half-yard line. Muhammad Job able to dive in the end zone, and that's how we got to 15-7. The Galloping Ghosts kick is away, and it's going to be a little squib kick right down the middle of the field, picked up at about the 15-yard line. Big hole up the middle, though. He's across the 30, down to the 35 on the return. As that time it was Everett Oliva on the return for Fond du Lac. First down and 10 at the 35 for the Cardinals. And for Kakana, I mean, they did exactly what they had to the last drive. They were stopped their opening 2 drives on 4th down. That time they were finally able to complete a drive, get in the end zone. Now the second half of that is they got to be able to stop this rushing offense from Fond du Lac. Henschel will set up in the backfield once again with Mikulkevich. One receiver each side. 6.5 to go until halftime. And they're going to say a false start from Fond du Lac. That's going to push them back 5 yards. 4-man front. Mikulkevich breaks the huddle. One receiver each side. Henschel in the backfield. Puts one man in motion, takes a snap, gives the handoff to Henschel. Henschel dances his way past 2 defenders, is only going to get 1 on the carry that time. Has a nice job. The correct person on my sheet, but either way, Ace Nelson was on the stop that time. So 2nd and 14 for the Cardinals. They will break the huddle with 3 receivers to the left side. Mikulkevich. It's nearly 3rd and 25. I think it's going to be 3rd and 24. Yes, it will be. First down marker is at the 45-yard line. They got a long way to go. Mikulkevich will take the snap, hand it off to Henschel. Henschel will try to bust his way around the Kakana defense, spins his way up to the 30-yard line, but still 4th down and long. And the Galloping Ghosts finally are able to stop Fond du Lac on one of their drives, and they'll be forced to punt. To punt for Fond du Lac will be Emiliano Martinez. And deep to receive is Cavi Weinberg, who sets up at the 42-yard line in Kakana territory. Timeout on the field is taken by Kakana head coach Matt Binsfeld. Just wants to talk things over during this punt. So we'll step aside for a quick break on Zaleski Sports.
Located on County Road KK, Birkin Heating and Cooling has proudly served Kaukauna for over 30 years. As a Bryant Factory authorized dealer, we offer top quality Bryant and Payne products. We specialize in furnaces, air conditioners, boilers, new home construction, remodels, and April air humidifiers, serving for both residential and commercial needs. Plus, we service all makes and models, offering 24-hour emergency service. Call us today at 920-759-1478 and let Birkin take care of your heating and cooling needs.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. It's 4th and 14 for the Fond du Lac offense as they lead Kakana 15-7. Emiliano Martinez to punt, Cavi Weinberg to receive, just like it was before the timeout. It looks like it's going to be almost an all-out rush from this Kakana punt return team. Boot is away. This is a really good one. It's going to be fair caught. And it's a touchdown! Did it touch Weinberg? Will something that, as it looks like the Cardinals didn't have enough men out there on the field, so they just paused play for a sec. And now we have a timeout, as Sam Pluker, the head coach for Fond du Lac, did not like what he sees out there. So again, we'll step aside for a quick break with 3:59 to go until halftime. This is
your full-service partner for strategic success, offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. My name is Jacob Link. It's 1st and 10 for the Galloping Ghosts at the 43-yard line as they trail 15-7 with just under 4 minutes to go until halftime. Ryan Carroll takes a snap. He backs up, now turns to the left side, fires downfield. He's got his man. First down, Kakana. Quentin Gussman on the reception. Flag is on the play, though. And this one may be coming back. Again, there's just plays like that where the offense looks like it can move the ball, but then they have a silly mistake like that, a holding call on the Galloping Ghosts, and that'll back them up. But either way, it was a nice play call, a nice play design from Carroll. And if there was any good that came out of that, it just shows that there's some connection downfield between Carroll and his receivers. He found Bauer on the last drive for nearly a 40-yard touchdown pass, set him up for the 1-yard run, but a 40-yard pass that set him up for the touchdown. And that time was a nice completion. But the holding call wipes that one out. Carroll takes a snap, drops back, looks is just going to dump it off to Reardon. Reardon makes one man miss and dives near the 37-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 17. That time on the tackle was Ja Allen. And was a pickup of 4 on the pass completion. Clock runs with 3:20 to go until halftime. Empty backfield for Carroll. He takes a snap, drops back, a huge drop. Now steps up, he's being pursued. He'll take it himself. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and near the first down, he's still going. And now he's finally pushed out of bounds. Was just able to kind of stumble his way for the first down. He got hit, able to just kind of backpedal. And they're going to say he stepped out a lot sooner than what I initially had thought. Still enough for the first down. Gets set up at the 45-yard line of Fond du Lac. So again, another drive in which Kakana is in their opposition's zone. 18 yards, they're going to say, on the run from Ryan Carroll. And again, they have 3 receivers left and 1 to the right. Fake handoff goes to Reardon. Pass over the middle is caught by Weinberg. Weinberg near the first down marker once again. And now this Kakana offense is rolling. They'll say it was a pickup of 9 on the catch from Weinberg. So with 2:45, brings up a 2nd and inches. This passing offense has proven to be effective for the Galloping Ghosts throughout the second quarter. Carroll takes a snap. A little nice pass, a curl route that time from Weinberg, able to get enough for the first down. Pickup of 5 on the reception. So already 3 catches for Weinberg today. Clock will run once again as the chains are reset, 1st and 10. Carroll sets up with Reardon right next to him. He'll back up, looks down the field to the left side. Now he's going to scramble. Scrambles out of the pocket, throws it down the field. One-on-one matchup. Tipped away, incomplete as they were looking for Bauer in the end zone. Just kind of hurled it up there and thought maybe Bauer could come down on it. But nice coverage from the Cardinal defense. That brings up 2nd and 10. It is the Hall of Fame game for Fond du Lac tonight. So they will have a special ceremony on the field during halftime. Unfortunately, we probably won't be able to see most of it as we have a Hard Knock special on Zaleski Sports as Carroll takes a snap, looks over the middle. He's got his man. He breaks a tackle. He's across the 20, across the 15. And what a pickup that time. As that was Schwalbach, and another player is injured on the field for Fond du Lac. We will step aside for another quick break on Zaleski Sports.
We're back with better halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Hey Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Welcome back to Cardinal Stadium in Fond du Lac. Braden Schmidt was the injured Cardinal on the play. So the clock will run after this timeout, 1:50 until halftime. Kakana's deep in the red zone. Handoff goes to Reardon. Reardon busts his way to around the 10-yard line. Pickup of 4 on the run. And that'll be 2nd and 6 for this offense. And again, the passing offense for Kakana has proven to be effective in the second quarter. Some big completions before the timeout. They found Brady Schwalbach, Ryan Carroll did, and that really set him up inside the red zone of Fond du Lac. 1 receiver left and 3 to the right for Carroll. Carroll takes a snap, looks, it's completed over to Weinberg. Weinberg looks to bust his way on the right side. Pickup of just a couple on that one as he tried to bounce it outside. Ended up probably going backwards from where he initially caught the ball. That brings up a 3rd down and manageable. pickup of 2 on the reception to Weinberg. 3rd and 5 from the 8-yard line. The Galloping Ghosts have it. Bunch set off to the left side. Carroll fakes the handoff, now completes it over the middle. That's enough for the first down, and he gets his way to the 1-yard line. Quentin Gustman on the reception. And now the officials, we have a timeout on the field as head coach Matt Binsfield just wants to manage that clock because they're only down to 31 seconds until halftime. So we'll keep a timeout here. We've already run a lot of commercials in this contest. But we want to thank some of our sponsors, including Travel Leaders Discovery, which specializes in creating personalized, unforgettable, and stress-free travel expenses for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking beach vacations, cruises, hotel only, and air hotel, Disney, house rentals, business travel, romantic travel, and family vacations. Anywhere you want to go, call Travel Leaders Discovery at 833-TL-TRIPS and visit www.tltrips.com. And that one was a mouthful. The other sponsor that we have is Bayer Performance Marketing. Need a game plan that discovers marketing victories? Bayer Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Ball spotted at about the half-yard line. Handoff goes to Reardon, and he's blown up in the backfield. What a play that was from Ethan Kolb, the linebacker. Senior linebacker busts that play up. And again, Binsfeld will call the timeout, the 3rd one of the half, so they are out of timeouts. They need to get this ball into the end zone on the next play. Loss of, I want to say, 2 on that carry from Reardon. As each squad will head to their respective sidelines to talk things over. Now I can get a chance to finish that Bayer Performance Marketing read. Bayer Performance is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at baerpm.com. So with the ball spotted at the 4-yard line of the Cardinals, Ryan Carroll and company will march back out on the field. Curious to say what the play call will be from Matt Binsfield, just because, I mean, it's a bit probably the way they've been running the ball, it's probably too far to run it here, especially with this clock only at 22 seconds and no timeouts. So I'm going to have to see if Carroll is going to look for the pass in the end zone. Carroll takes a snap. He backs up, looking for Weinberg. He's taken down, but it's an interception. Did he drop it? Yes, he did. Ended up dropping it. Weinberg looked like he was tripped up well before that ball got there. Incomplete is the pass. 17 seconds remaining in the quarter. And it brings up a 3rd down. 3rd down and 4. They were very, very lucky that time, the Galloping Ghosts. That was not an interception. Weinberg just immediately kind of got bumped and tripped up and fell down. Not really any way he would have been able to get to that ball. So 3rd and 4 is the call. And again, Carroll has receivers on either side. Carroll takes a snap. He rolls to the left side. He's going to take it himself. He's near the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Galloping Ghosts. A nice play call that time from Kakana sent Weinberg into the end zone, and about 3 defensive backs ran after him. They know he's the biggest target for Carroll. Carroll just kept it himself and ran right past a couple of defenders, busted his way into 2 of them into the end zone. And the score sits at 15-13 with 12 seconds until halftime. And they will be going for 2 in this one, which makes total sense. I mean, you want to tie up the score going into the break. The second quarter has really been all Kakana. So they're going to have 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right, and we have a timeout on the field by Fond du Lac. We will step aside for a very short break on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Welcome back to Fond du Lac High School as the Cardinals lead Kakana 15-13, 12 seconds until halftime. And the Galloping Ghosts are going to go for two after the touchdown run from Ryan Carroll. They're going to try to even the score just before the break. 3 receivers left and 1 to the right for Carroll with Reardon right next to him. Switches the side of Reardon, takes the snap, backs up in the pocket. Now he's going to escape the pocket. Looks over the middle, incomplete. Threw it behind his intended target. As that time, unable to get that 2-point conversion, still remains 15-13 just before the break. And so we'll keep this timeout here. We just sent it to break a moment ago, but things have really turned around for Kakana. 13 unanswered points now after they fell down 15-0. They've finally been able to kind of stop the Cardinal rushing game. They've really been led by Mason Henschel. Henschel has been really the go-to guy for the Cardinals in this one. With 12 seconds left, last time when they kicked off, they kind of just did a little squib kick. Let's see what they want to do here. Ryan Mayer to kick off for Kakana. Deep to receive is Carter Denor, and it's another little bloop kick. This one's going to be picked up by the Cardinals at the 15-yard line. It's going to be stood up at about the 23, and with 4 seconds left, that will be where Fond du Lac will head out there, and I assume they're just going to kind of run one play and send it right into the halftime, as you don't really have a whole lot of time to plan up anything, draw up any sort of deep ball. I guess you could, but we'll have to see what they do. Most likely, I'm going to say they're just going to either take a knee or just kind of run it up the middle and let the clock run out. 2 completely different quarters, though, from both squads. The first quarter was all Fond du Lac. This second quarter has been all Kakana. 1 receiver split. 1 man in the shotgun. And taking a knee that time was Eli Mikulkevich. And he'll let the clock run out as it's 15-13. Fond du Lac leads Kakana at the break. We'll have a special halftime show and a nice little special report. A Hard Knocks episode will be played at halftime as well. My name is Jacob Blink, and this is Zaleski Sports.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hard Knocks on Zaleski Sports is presented by Security Health Plan. SecurityHealth.org is your portal to find your plan, a doctor, prescription tools, and more. For 24/7 access and all the tools and resources needed to improve your well-being, right at your fingertips, visit SecurityHealth.org.
What day is it? It's Tackle Tuesday! That's the energy today. What day is it? It's Tackle Tuesday! What day is it? It's Tackle Tuesday!
After a missed opportunity in Valders last Friday, the sense of urgency around Zephyrs football is the highest it's been all season. The team is 1-2 with a chance to get back to 500 with Chilton coming to town this Friday. But the Zephyrs are not just trying to hang in there and survive. The goal is to dominate no matter what it takes. This is a different football team than in years past, and the players are well aware of it. And praise like good effort just isn't good enough anymore. And on this particular Tackle Tuesday, it becomes clear before they're even done with their Zephyr Jacks that the intensity has been ramped up. As they run, Coach Peterson's words of "work to be first" can be heard ringing out across the entire athletic complex. Words that perfectly exemplify the effort these coaches expect out of their players. So, after their second set of Zephyr Jacks, they get to run again. For their third set of Zephyr Jacks, senior Zeke Hennessy rallies everybody on the team to give every last ounce of energy they've got.
Break it down better, let's go! Zephyrs on me! 1, 2, 3, Zephyrs!
Now it's time to really get to work. It is Tackle Tuesday after all. Throughout the practice, the focus is effort, effort, effort. And after a game that they felt like they could have won, Elliot Reichenbacher says that effort might be the difference this Friday.
We just gotta fight more. Like our defense fought, but I feel like just coming out after a loss like that, it sucks. But we should be mad about it. We should be upset that we lost that game because, like you said, winnable game. I think we need to fight for this next game against Chilton. It'll be a battle, but I think it's definitely a winnable battle if we just fight and come through with that energy that we needed last game against Valdez.
It almost seemed like the practice today had some of that kind of angry energy in there. Do you think that will help you guys for Friday?
Absolutely, and I think that it's needed for our coaches. Like everyone, nobody likes conditioning, but I think definitely coming out at the beginning, we deserve to run after last game. We just need to get mad. Use that anger just as fighting fuel. Use it to come out there, be your best self, because I hate losing.
Pretty good practice today. Took a little bit to get you guys started, though. I was off the field for a minute dealing with some stuff. Coach Peterson, I think, got the old Kickstarter going.
Yeah, I found it again.
Yeah. Something like that. There was some kicking involved, right?
It was kicking.
All right. Hey, sometimes we got to do that, right? But you guys responded well. That's what we're talking about, right? When we had that down period yesterday and we didn't respond well when we started back up, you guys responded today. That's what we're looking for. Response to adversity. Come back, be better, do things better.
Oh, where's Ripsaw? Ripsaw, get up.
Hey, Ripsaw!
I'm not gonna lie. I turned into evil Zeke when I was on the first line O-line. Kind of gave it to him. But he took it like a champ. Give it to him. Yeah! I hope you're talking about that for the next 4 years. I hope when you're a senior, you get to do that to some freshmen. Zephyrs on me, Zephyrs on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Carried over into Friday. Chilton Tigers are in town for week 4, coming off a 23-0 loss against Brillion last week. Both these teams are 1-2, both teams looking to get to 500 tonight. As if the stakes weren't already high enough, the Zephyrs have been thrown a curveball for this week. Quarterback Maddox Dwyer out with an injury. Junior Tarver Trinkner has the tall task of stepping in.
Tonight's the night we stop doing it to ourselves. Fair? We're going to go and execute, like at a whole different level. The only people that have ever stopped us is us, if you know that. We're 3-4 games in now, right? The only people that have stopped us is us. That's up to us to change, right? It's all up to us to change that. Let's do it.
Opening kickoff of the game is going to be fielded by Elliot Reichenbacher at his own 20-yard line, and he's going to get this all the way out towards the 40 for a nice return. Then Reichenbacher's going to get his first 10 rushing yards of the night as he goes for a first down right out of the gates. Tarver Trinkner on the keeper here, and he's going to get this up for about 15 yards, and the Zephyrs offense is rolling right away. High snap, but Trinkner's able to get a clean handoff to Reichenbacher, who's got another 10 yards on this one. But let's get a little instant replay. Check out Brady Detterman, the junior right guard, knocking down 3 guys on his pancake block. That's every O-lineman's dream right there. Then it's another keeper for Trinkner and another first down for the Zephyrs. Reichenbacher gets another turn at it here, bursting for another 15 yards. Then on first and goal, Tarver Trinkner is going to punch it in himself from about 4 yards out, and the Zephyrs made it look really easy on their opening drive. Chilton on offense now, their first set of downs, but it's going to be a 3-and-out after this incompletion here. Jordan Schmitz is out to punt it away for Chilton, but it is not a good one. This is only going to net about 25 yards, and it's great field position for the Zephyrs. And after a 10-yard penalty, Trinkner's going to get most of that yardage back with Dominic Osgood here over the middle. But the drive would stall out. Chilton back on offense. They try to go to Jordan Schmitz, but it's a fumbled handoff, and the Zephyrs recover it. And on the very first play after the fumble, it's Elliot Reichenbacher taking it for a 20-yard rushing touchdown, and the Zephyrs are up 14-0 early. Alexa Quinones boots it away for the Zephyrs, and it's picked up off the ground by Caleb Wiegert, who's able to find room to run, somehow gets it all the way out past the 40-yard line in traffic. Then on 3rd and about 8, Chilton quarterback Lucas Groschel is going to roll to his right and find Jordan Schmitz, who somehow manages to keep his feet in bounds for this catch. A couple plays later, Groschel takes it on a QB keeper, and he shows off that speed, easily picking up a first down inside the 25. But on a 2nd and medium, Caleb Wiegert's going nowhere. Zeke Hennessy is the first one to disrupt him, loss of yardage. Then on 3rd down, rolling left, Groschel wants the touchdown pass to Mason Ludwig, but finds Mason Wagner instead, and the Zephyrs have their second takeaway of the game. Back on offense now for the Zephyrs, and right back to work for Elliot Reichenbacher, making 9 yards look easy on 1st and 10. But you thought that was something? Try this one on for size. Reichenbacher's going to go right through the middle of that line and leave everybody in the dust on his way to a 56-yard rushing touchdown. They tack on the extra point, and the Zephyrs are up 21-0. Next drive for Chilton. Groschel's going to do it with his feet again on 3rd and 6, and he's going to get really close to a first down on that far sideline. Then on 4th and inches, the snap is going to go right to Caleb Wiegert, who doesn't miss a beat. Easy first down. A little tricky here on 2nd and 11. Braden Analo finding a lot of open space there. Good open field tackle here at the end by Mason Wagner to stop it from being worse. Then on a 3rd down for Chilton, I wish I could count how many yards Lucas Groschel runs on this play. Going to come all the way back around and find that first down on the near sideline before he is introduced to George Voss.
its twins in the emotion across, they have an advantage. We have to cat and dog that to give us the advantage. If they line up in trips, one of the strong safeties have to then travel. Come on, come on. Get the water. I'll let you know though.
Zephyrs almost find themselves another takeaway here as the snap is fumbled, but the Tigers are lucky to fall back on it. Then on a 4th and long, Groeschel trying to make something happen, scrambling all over the place before he is finally tracked down by Riker Timmerman and Max Vosters. Zephyrs kneel it out to take a 21-0 lead into halftime, but their coaches are far from satisfied.
I play like we're down 3 on defense. Every play call that we call, I'm down 3, we need the ball back. You understand that? I don't care what the scoreboard says. It could say 99-0. We were down 3, we need the ball back, we gotta get 3 and outs, and we gotta stay in our alignment, on our assignment, and then attack that! That's the 3 things we talked about! What of the 3 do we not get? Right now is your time. Well, raise your hand.
You got to learn, and as you're trying to learn, we're learning to become a good football team, right? This is what good football teams do. Good football teams bury average football teams. You don't just play around with them because you got a 21-point lead. That's what average teams do. We didn't train average. We didn't condition you average. That's why you're in better shape than they are, because we don't do average. You understand that? That's why Coach Peterson's so upset. We don't do average. Does that make sense? Yes, Coach.
Can the Zephyrs keep their foot on the gas for the second half? On the second play of the half for Chilton, they're going to keep it on the ground with Groeschel, and he's just so hard to bring down, making people miss all over the place and finds a first down. But on the next play, they're going to try to go to Caleb Wiegert, who is swarmed by blue jerseys, Reichenbacher and George Voss, the first 2 there. It would end up forcing the Tigers to punt, and then a familiar sight for the Zephyrs. The snap gets by the punter, and he falls on it in the end zone. Zephyrs force a safety and are up 23-0.
That before, that means they can't beat us heads up, so they got to play some middle school game. That's all it is. Do your jobs, which is fine. Finish. Sure? Let's finish. Let's punch this thing in. What do you think, Coach? O-line. Where the hammer's underneath. It's as simple as that, right? What do we say? All gas, no brakes. That's what we said before the game. All gas, no brakes. The rest of the thing. Let's go.
On the Zephyrs' next drive, Trinkner is going to go to the air and find Mason Wagner with a nice ball over the middle, and that offense has not slowed down a bit. Trinkner takes it himself on this 1st and 10, making a couple guys miss, and he finds about 6 yards. Then on 4th and 1, it's Trinkner again. They can't bring him down, and it's another first down. 2 plays later, Trinkner wants to go back to the air, rolling to his left, and he's able to find Mason Wagner 25 yards downfield for another first down. Then who else to put the cherry on top of the drive but Elliot Reichenbacher punches it in for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the day, and he's going to let you know about it. Zephyrs up 30-0 now. Chilton needs to make something happen. Here's Caleb Wiegert with a really nice rush. He's going to make people miss all the way out to the 50-yard line. 4th quarter now, Groeschel with a little pitch to Wiegert, who's going to pick up a first down on a 3rd and short, brought down by Zeke Hennessy. Then Wiegert, going back the other way, is going to pick up about 20 yards here, but there's a penalty downfield. The first down counts, but they're going to be backed up a little bit. Then on 2nd down from the 21-yard line, the handoff is going to go to Braden Nanalo, who zips all the way into the end zone, and the Tigers are finally on the board in the 4th quarter. They would miss the extra point, and they are down 30-6. On the ensuing kickoff, they try an onside kick, but it hits one of their own players before the ball can travel 10 yards, and the flags come out. Zephyrs with the ball again, and now they're going to go with the end around to Luke Fairweather, and you know how this guy is when he's in the open field. Hugging that left sideline, but he's pushed out of bounds before he can turn it into a touchdown. Down near the end zone now, Trinkner's going to go with the play action and find Dominic Osgood in the end zone for a touchdown, his first passing touchdown, and he deserves it after the effort today. Extra point tacked on, and the Zephyrs are up 37-6 in the 4th quarter. Tigers just looking for something positive to take out.
Welcome back to Fond du Lac High School here on Zaleski Sports. My name is Jacob Blank. At the half, Kakana trails the Cardinals of Fond du Lac 15-13. We'll talk more about this game, but first let's kind of look at some of the scores from around the WIAA in Week 5. There's 12 games on Zaleski Sports tonight, so feel free to tune into whichever one you would like to. Probably the biggest game that we have on Zaleski Sports is between number 11 Oak Creek and number 8 Franklin. Right now at the half, Franklin leads Oak Creek 23-10. DC Everest beat Marshfield earlier today 37-15. Eau Claire North leads Eau Claire Memorial at the half 10-6. Amherst beats Loyal and Greenwood 34-12. Stratford leads WIAA 7-0 in a weather delay. There's been a bunch of weather delays from across the WIAA. Hudson is also in weather delay against Spash. Fall Creek leads Neilsville and Granton 37-0. Abbotsford and Assumption is also in weather delay, same as Pacelli and Iola Scandinavia. 14-7 is that score in a rain delay. Seymour and Wapaka also delayed by some inclement weather. And Elva Strom leads Augusta 40-3 in the third quarter. Now, some of the biggest scores from around the state that we are not covering tonight, one of them being in the FVA. Right now, the Neenah Rockets trail Oshkosh West 10-7. That game is at the half right now. And in case anybody doesn't know, I mean, Neenah looks like a very good squad. They really kind of beat up on Kakana last week, but they trail Oshkosh West on the road 17-7. And really the other big game in high school sports tonight is number 1 Arrowhead taking on number 2 Muskego. Muskego leads Arrowhead 21-17 as they will begin the third quarter. So rankings-wise, some really big matchups from around high school football. Now, in this one, another big game. Both teams looking to put another conference win on their records as Fond du Lac came in to this one 0-2 in conference play. Kakana 1-1 in conference play as well. And really the whole first quarter was all Fond du Lac. They scored 15 points in that first quarter, really kind of led by their running back and Mason Henschel. They had 2 touchdowns today, some really big runs from him as well. I mean, he even busted out a 68-yard run at one point. So they went up 15-0 after a 2-point conversion was converted by Caden Umentum. Caden Umentum was the one who converted on the 2-point conversion. But then in the second quarter, things really started to turn Kakana's way. After about 3 drives that they were stalled on 4th down and turned it over on downs, they finally found the back of the end zone after a huge catch from Pearson Bauer that set him up at the half-yard line. Muhammad Job was there for the 1-yard rushing touchdown for Kakana. That finally put him up on the board. And then on their last drive before halftime, they found the end zone with about 12 seconds left, as that time another big reception set up them deep in the red zone. Ryan Carroll was able to take the snap himself, kind of faked like he was going to throw to Cavi Weinberg in the end zone, and instead he ran around the left side, took on 2 defenders, sent them both into the end zone with his body. He ended up in the end zone as well. And after a 2-point conversion was no good from the Galloping Ghosts, that's how our score sits at 15-13. As both squads run out there and start their warm-ups, and it'll be interesting to see how each team comes out after this halftime break, just because the rushing game was there for the entire first quarter for Fond du Lac, but then they were shut down by the Kakana defense. And finally, after some of those stops, the offense for the Galloping Ghosts really started to get going. In this game, they've really kind of tried to air it out down the field with Ryan Carroll out there. Of course, he has that rushing touchdown today, but he's completed a lot of passes, especially to Cavi Weinberg, who has 6 receptions for 42 yards at the half. Another big target of his has been Pearson Bauer, who set him up with a 40-yard reception earlier as well. And like I talked about, I think Fond du Lac's just going to live and die by Mason Henschel at the running back position. I mean, the only other really, I guess, Xavion Davis has been kind of in there as well at the wide receiver spot, kind of an option for Eli Mikhalkiewicz, the quarterback, who did have to come in this contest for an injured Williamson Jr., as DeAndre Williamson Jr. was injured in the last game, so he was not able to play in this one. So they ended up turning to the backup, the sophomore, and Eli Mikulkevich, and he's looked, manageable out there, and mostly just been handing the ball off, but a couple of his throws, he's kind of been able to show off his arm a little bit. A couple of receptions as we put 2.5 minutes back on the clock as both squads continue to warm up. And I think we will step aside for a break here on Zaleski Sports, but after we come back, we'll have second half action between Kakana and Fond du Lac.
High school sports and entertainment, there's nothing like home, Friday nights with hometown pride. Zaleski Sports is statewide hype. Cameras roll, the crowds go crazy. Live stream gold, it's never lazy. Play so big, you'll replay it twice. Coverage bold, it's really nice. High school sports and entertainment, there's nothing like it. You can't contain it. Home hometown hype, we lift it higher. Zaleski Sports, we bring the fire.
Friends, are you a retiree like myself and have some spare time and wanting to meet new people? I drive school bus for Kaukauna buses. I enjoy seeing many smiling faces, and I still have time for the activities I enjoy. Kaukauna buses offers a flexible schedule, and it's a well-paid part-time job. It's the perfect balance of work and play. Come join me make a difference in your community. Visit Kaukauna.com for more information and to find a Kaukauna terminal near you.
Welcome back to Cardinals Stadium in Fond du Lac, where Fond du Lac Cardinals lead the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts at the half, 15-13. It's the Hall of Fame game for Fond du Lac in this one, so at halftime they had a very nice performance from the marching band, and they also introduced some of the new Hall of Famers into the Fond du Lac High School Athletics Hall of Fame. To receive the kick in the second half will be Fond du Lac as they try to get themselves back on the scoreboard after it's been all Kakana in the second quarter. Still 9 seconds until we officially begin second half of play here at Fond du Lac High School. We have two deep to receive the kick, and to kick off will be Ryan Meyer, the sophomore kicker of the Galloping Ghosts. Still doing their Hall of Fame celebration down on the field. It's an extended halftime as they had the special performance by the band, like I said. Nice job introducing all of the Hall of Famers. Great to see that. As Mayer will kick off his run-up, and we are officially away. Another squib kick by him. We are officially away in the third quarter. Cardinals will bring it up across the 25-yard line, probably at about the 27, and that's where 25, they do mark it at the 27. And Fond du Lac will take over, led by quarterback Eli Mikulkevich. And again, like I was talking about at halftime, it's pretty much been a running attack from Mason Henschel. But as of late, this Kakana defense, four-man front, has been able to stop them the last couple of possessions going into halftime. One wide receiver each side for Mikulkevich. Henschel in the backfield. Now motions a man across the offense. Handoff goes to Henschel, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. As Luke Tetzloff was in on that stop, or that was Will Clark for Kakana as well. Both in there, able to make the stop right at the line of scrimmage. They're going to say no gain, second down and 10. That's exactly what you want to see if you're head coach Binsfeld, and got to stop this rushing offense. Mikulkevich looks around at the defense and hands the ball off to Winchell. Henschel right up the middle, and he's going to get near the first down marker. See what the official ruling is. There is a flag on the play now, a little bit late. It's Henschel, and they're going to say that it's on the Cardinals, and it's going to back them up. That's not what you want to see if you're head coach Sam Pluker out of this offense. And I think it was an unsportsmanlike. Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call. Not exactly sure what happened. And it's going to move them back 15 yards from the spot of the foul. And that's really unfortunate because they did officially gain 10 on that run from Henschel. And, I mean, it really only backs him up not too far from where the original line of scrimmage was, but it's a bit disappointing that you get enough for the first down, but you end up going backwards. And I guess it will be a 1st and 10 because he did get the first down, and then after that is when they had to back him up. So it'll be a 1st and 10 now at the 22-yard line. Still not exactly sure what the reasoning was for that one. But either way, 2 receivers to the left side for Mikulkevich. Mikulkevich takes a snap, hands that back off to Henschel. Henschel busts his way. Another big run on first down. Pickup of 9 on the run that time. Some of that clock, which what we saw in that first quarter, I mean, in their opening drive, took them about 7 minutes off the clock. Nearly an identical formation as the last one, 2 to the left side. In the pistol formation is Mikulkevich. He hands the ball off once again to Henschel. Henschel is stopped. And are they going to say he got the first down? We'll have to see. Yes, I think from this angle he did. Maybe not, though. The near side official says 3rd down. The far side one was standing past the first down marker. And they are going to give it to him. It was initially hit at the line of scrimmage and just barely got enough for that first down. And again, the Cardinals able to move the chains on the Kakana defense. Mikulkevich with Henschel right behind him. Takes a snap, handoff, goes to Henschel. Henschel right up the gut, but he's met by about 3 or 4 Galloping Ghosts. And Dylan Ford was in on the tackle. That was actually Weston Hamilton. That's my bad. Weston Hamilton, defensive lineman for the Galloping Ghosts, in to make the stop. A part of about 3 Galloping Ghosts that were in there to stuff him at the line of scrimmage. They are going to say he barely got a yard, so it's technically 2nd and 9. Mikulkevich puts a man in motion. Takes a snap, handoff goes to Henschel. Henschel busts his way through the initial hit at the line of scrimmage. Able to pick up about 2 on that carry. And that should bring up about 3rd and 7. Again, in there on that tackle was Weston Hamilton. Same as Hunter Myers, he was also in there too. So really the big men up front defensively for Kakana have been able to make a couple of good stops back to back. Bunch formation. Now they actually will split 3 off to the left side. Nobody in the backfield. Now they put a man in motion. Fakes the handoff, looks over to the left side. Up and incomplete. Tipped around. Nearly picked off by the Galloping Ghosts. Just hung up in the air. But unfortunately for Kakana, unable to get the interception. But more importantly, they're able to make the stop on 3rd down, forcing the Cardinals to punt. And depending on how this Galloping Ghost offense looks on their opening drive of this 3rd quarter, maybe they could even take the lead here. Martinez able out there to punt it away for Fond du Lac. Snap is clean. The punt is up. It's high in the air, And it's going to be muffed, picked up by Weinberg, and then he fumbles it that time. And just like that, a special teams mistake from the Galloping Ghosts, and Fond du Lac is back on offense. You get the stop, force them to punt, but then the muffed punt puts the Cardinals deep inside Kakana territory. And what kind of makes matters worse is that, you know, you muff the punt, and then Weinberg is there to grab it, and then he loses possession. As Reardon was also out there too. Fond du Lac back on offense. Snap dropping back is Mikulkevich. Looks over the middle, and it is incomplete into double coverage. Nice job by Beyer out there in coverage to break that pass up. 2nd down and 10 for the Cardinals. 8:30 to go in this third quarter. Fond du Lac looking to tack on some more points and extend their lead. Henschel in the backfield with Mikulkevich. Mikulkevich takes a snap, hands it off to Henschel. Henschel jukes his way for a couple yards, but he's going to be met by the defensive front for Kakana. Gain of about 2 on the carry. Brings up a 3rd and 8. They're finally starting to sort things out for this running game for Fond du Lac. Kakana is. They got to stop him here. And that would kind of make the turnover not sting as much. Still was not a good play, but if you're able to force maybe a field goal attempt here, you're going to feel kind of good about that. 2 receivers to the left side for Mikulkevich. Puts one in motion, drops back, the pass, and is it caught? No, it's incomplete, but a flag is on the play. As that time Lathan Hurst was coming up and ended up hitting Mikulkevich after the release. They're going to say roughing the passer is the call on Hurst. I mean, that was kind of a bang-bang play. Mikulkevich just tossed that one, and immediately Hurst is in his face. I mean, he did make contact with him. And after that penalty, it'll give the Cardinals a 1st down inside the red zone. Ball's placed at the 12-yard line with 7:41 in the 3rd quarter. Mikulkevich breaks the huddle after the flag. And that was even a 3rd down as well. I mean, you're just one play away from maybe forcing a field goal if you're the Galloping Ghosts, but instead you give them new life. Mikulkevich takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Across the right side, pushes one man, and he is down at around the 5-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds. Will Clark over there, the corner, pushing him out. They're going to say he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Gain of 6 on the 1st down carry from Mikulkevich. A very speedy quarterback, I will say. Brings up a 2nd and 4. 1st down marker is at the 2-yard line. 2 receivers to the left side for Mikulkevich. Barks out his orders, and now there's a flag on the play. False start is the call on the Cardinals. That'll back them up 5 yards. Well, that'll bring it back to a 2nd and 9. So some costly penalties really on both sides here after the roughing the passer call on Kakana, and then, you know, if you're Fond du Lac, you were deep inside the territory there and had a nice run on 1st down, and then you get backed up with a silly call like a false start. Mikulkevich with the snap. Again, he'll keep it himself, goes up the middle, meets the linebacker head on at about the 10, and that's as far as he will get. 5-yard pickup on that one. Ball spotted at the 9-yard line. So essentially he just picked up the amount of yards that they lost on that penalty. Third down here, 3rd and I guess 7 they will call it. 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. One receiver each side for Mikhalkiewicz. Henschel in the backfield. And we got a timeout called on the field as Sam Pluker wants to talk things over. We'll step aside here on Zaleski Sports.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. A 3rd and 7 coming up for the Cardinals offense. They were able to get the ball inside Kakana territory off the muffed punt. We're down inside the 5 at one point, but a costly penalty ended up pushing them back a little bit, and that's how they got to 3rd and 7. Another big 3rd down coming up for the Kakana defense, and once again, just like I said before the roughing the passer call, if you can only force a field goal after a muffed punt, that's a win for your defense. One receiver will set up to the left side, and that is Davis. One in the backfield, that's Henschel. Pass across the middle, and it's caught! It's tipped, and it's caught by Davis for the touchdown! What a play that was! Mikhalkiewicz fired it across, it was deflected by the Galloping Ghosts, and on to catch that one was Davis to complete the touchdown. Really an odd play. The tip ended up making it easier for Davis to catch. And again, it looks like Martinez will be on for the extra point. It's 21-13. Fond du Lac on top of Kakana right now, and a crucial extra point has pushed it to a 2-score game. Snap is good, the kick is up, and that one is good. Some good pressure, though, from that field goal block team of Kakana, but Martinez is able to make it in. It's 22-13, your score between Fond du Lac and Kakana. This is Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports with 6:45 to go in this 3rd quarter. Fond du Lac has taken a 22-13 lead. And they were able to punch it in after the muffed punt from Kakana. Kakana had him stopped. Just handed them the possession once again as Martinez is setting up the ball on the tee to kick off. And it looks like Weinberg is back there now. He was off on the sideline for a bit getting tended to, but he's deep to receive for the Galloping Ghosts. Martinez's kick is away. This is a high one fielded by Weinberg at about the 7-yard line. Runs up the left side across the 25 where he's met and taken down at about the 23-yard line, which is where Ryan Carroll and his offense will take over 1st and 10. This is a very crucial drive for the Galloping Ghosts. They're down 2 scores at this point. That's why that extra point from Martinez with such kind of a big play. And they are going to have to respond in some capacity. As Carroll breaks the offensive huddle. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Fakes the handoff to Reardon. Back to pass. Looks over the middle. That ball is going to be caught by Weinberg. He's got enough for the first down across the 40-yard line. Taken down at the 44-yard line. A nice pass and catch to give the Galloping Ghosts a first down. That time Cole was on the stop for the Cardinals. And again, the passing offense has proven to be effective for Ryan Carroll. Breaks the offense once again. One receiver each side with Reardon right next to him. Carroll calling for the snap. Hands the ball off to Reardon. Reardon is met at the line, and he's taken down. Mason Henschel on the stop that time, as Henschel playing both ways, linebacker and running back for Fond du Lac. Met at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and 10. Well, now they changed it on the scoreboard. They do say he got about an inch. So it is 2nd and 9. And they were able to sniff that one out, the Cardinals were. Knew it was going right to Reardon. Reardon really had no play. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Carroll drops back, now spins out of the pocket. Trails over to his right side, incomplete. That ball hit the turf. As that time he was looking for Quentin Gussman. Incomplete, and it's now 3rd and 9. Threw it right behind him. Now what you don't want to do if you're Kakana is hand the ball right back to the Cardinals. And I mean, especially with the way that they've been running the football right now, you don't really want to see them get the ball back anytime soon. You also don't want your defense to get too tired being out there for so long. 5 receivers out there for Carroll. Carroll calling for the snap. Takes it, drops back. Here comes pressure. He fires it over the middle, and it is caught! What a catch that time from Tyler Schwalbach. First down for Kakana. A huge gain on 3rd down, exactly what the Galloping Ghosts needed, as they will set up at the 38-yard line, 18-yard reception for Schwalbach. And again, 4 receivers out there for the Galloping Ghosts. Reardon stands right next to Carroll. Carroll's going to keep it himself that time. Busts his way across the 35 and gets stopped by a pile of Cardinals at the 32-yard line of Fond du Lac. Nice pickup, though, on first down using his legs, Carroll. 2 receivers each side now for Kakana. Takes a snap. Now he's going to hand the ball off to Reardon. Reardon bounces off one man, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. And on the stop, that time was... they don't have a 60. I was just going to say, they said 68, but there was no 68 on the roster of Fond du Lac. So it brings up a 3rd and 4 for the Galloping Ghosts. Carroll takes a snap, fakes a handoff to Job, throws it across the middle. It's caught by Weinberg. He looks like he is enough for the first down. A nice little curl route right underneath the secondary. Able to move the chains, and a fresh set of downs for Kakana. Clock runs with 3.5 to go in this 3rd quarter. I'd say it was a 5-yard reception from Weinberg. Ball at the 27-yard line of Fond du Lac. 1 receiver each side. Muhammad Job in the backfield. Carroll fakes a handoff to Job. Now rolls over to the left side. Passes Gudex. Gudex able to break that pass up. That sends it to 2nd down and 10 from the 27. It looks like in most of his passes now, Carroll, it's designed just to roll outside of the pocket. So let's see what the play call is here. 3 receivers right and 1 to the left. Fake handoff to Job. Now he just dumps it off to Job. Job across the 25, breaks a tackle. Now he's down to the 20, and he's brought down close to that first down marker once again. They're going to say he's, I think, a couple inches short. So it should be 3rd and 1 for the Galloping Ghosts. As Carroll trots back out there to talk things over with his offense. Again, a 3-man front for Fond du Lac. 3rd and 1 is the ruling from the officials. Carroll calling for the snap. Now he takes it, backs up, looks across. He's got his man Bauer. Bauer spins across, one man to the end zone. Touchdown, Galloping Ghosts. So after Fond du Lac finds the end zone, Kakana able to answer right back, and it's a 22-19 game pending an extra point. As Weinberg looks like he will attempt it as usual. Actually, no, he will limp off now. Hopefully he's okay. They might actually go for it here. They will actually kick this one. Weinberg is usually the kicker for the Galloping Ghosts, but Mayer will be on the kick. The kick is up, and it is good. And that makes the score 22-20. It's back and forth here at Cardinal Stadium. This is Zaleski Sports.
I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Welcome back to Fond du Lac, where the Cardinals are on top of Kakana 22-20 with 2:24 to go in this third quarter. It's been a back and forth game. Fond du Lac has led the entire way through, but after the Cardinals were able to put some points up on the board earlier in this third quarter, Kakana able to go down the field. A nice catch and run from Pearson Bauer, and that brings the score to 22-20. On to kick once again for the Galloping Ghosts. On this kickoff is Mayer. His kick is a squibber right on the left side. It's going to be picked up at about the 22. Makes his way across the 30-yard line down to the 34-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals will take over. That time on the... We're going to have to come up on that one. So breaking the offense and heading out there is Mikulkevich, who sets up shop. He's got Henschel right behind him. One receiver each side. We'll have to see how this Kakana defense responds after allowing the touchdown deep inside their own territory in the last one. Handoff goes to Henschel, and a nice stop from the front. Tetzlaff on the stop that time, coming all the way up to make the tackle. As that brings it to 2nd and 8 for Fond du Lac. Birkin Heating and Cooling is your factory authorized Bryant dealer. Birkin Heating and Cooling services all makes and models. Call 920-759-1478 and see Birkin Heating and Cooling on Facebook. 3 receivers left side. Now they motion one across. They're going to hand it off to the receiver, and he's down near the 40-yard line. And as that time it was Henschel was lined up as a receiver in the slot and ended up coming up across the formation. Took it himself and was tackled after a pickup of just a couple. It's 3rd down and 5. Crucial stop needed right here from the Galloping Ghosts to get the ball once again. And the way that their offense has looked since the second quarter, got to have high hopes for them. First down is at the 45-yard line. Mikulkevich with Henschel next to him in the backfield. One receiver on the left side. Mikulkevich will hand it off to Henschel. Henschel is met at the line, and he's going to be driven back. On the stop that time was Lathan Hurst and Luke Tetzlaff. They were both able to make the stop. Pickup of just one on the carry, and the punt team is on for the Cardinals. And it looks like Will Clark is back there to return this punt for the Galloping Ghosts. Hopefully Cavi Weinberg is okay on the sideline, but Martinez is going to be punting once again for Fond du Lac. Five seconds until the end of the third quarter. The snap is away. The punt is up in the air. This is a good one. Going to let this one just bounce at the 16-yard line and roll towards the end zone, and it just gets into the end zone. And that's exactly what Kakana is going to want to see, as that will end the third quarter. Your score, it's 22-20. Fond du Lac on top of the Galloping Ghosts. You're watching Zaleski Sports.
Located on County Road KK, Birkin Heating and Cooling has proudly served Kaukauna for over 30 years. As a Bryant Factory authorized dealer, we offer top-quality Bryant and Payne products. We specialize in furnaces, air conditioners, boilers, new home construction, remodels, and April air humidifiers, serving for both residential and commercial needs. Plus, we service all makes and models, offering 24-hour emergency service. Call us today at 920-759-1478 and let Birkin take care of your heating and cooling needs.
Welcome back to Fond du Lac High School, where the Cardinals lead the Galloping Ghosts 22-20 as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Kakana will be moving from left to right on your screen. The first and 10 at the 20-yard line. Able to score on their last possession, the Galloping Ghosts were, after a nice touchdown reception from Pearson Bauer. One receiver each side for Ryan Carroll. Carroll takes a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to the right side, looks deep down the field. He's got his man, and he drops it! Aiden Reardon was wide open and just dropped it square into his hands. Second and 10. What a missed opportunity that time from the Galloping Ghosts. And unfortunately, this season the offense has had quite a few of those where just an open play, but not quite there. And calling a timeout will be the Galloping Ghosts. This game has been presented by Fox Valley Tool and Die, a precision machine job shop that supplies critical machined components for a range of customers, from Fortune 100 companies to local paper mills. Contact us today at 920-766-9455. Advantage Machine has invested in the Machine Center, machine tools, metal inventories, and our people. Advantage Machine offers a first-class workspace to ensure the best quality, and with our responsive customer service, fair pricing, and on-time delivery. Call 920-462-4427 and see Advantage Machine on Facebook. Out of the timeout, it's second and 10 at the 20-yard line for Kakana. Initially, they set up with three receivers right side and one to the left. Weinberg is out there right now for Kakana, so looks like he is okay, or at least able to play in this one. Carroll takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looks to the right side, fires it, and Weinberg is there to make the catch. He was boosted up in the air, caught it at the 25-yard line. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 5. Was kind of just sent up in the air after making that catch. Hopefully he's okay after that hard fall on his back. He's going to head over towards the sideline, and he'll check out for this one. And the crowd gets noisy at Cardinals Stadium. Huge 3rd and 5 coming up. One receiver each side for Carroll. Reardon in the backfield. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Reardon, rolls off to the left side. He's going to take it himself. He's going to get the first down and get spun down at the 35-yard line. I think Carroll knew he was taking that one all the way. Fond du Lac kind of backed off a little bit looking for the receiver out there and Pearson Bauer, but, Carroll able to use his speed and his legs to pick up the first down. gain of 10 on that play. Carroll takes a snap, and he's going to roll it to the right side now. Looks down the field. He's going to hurl it, and Bauer's there. He makes the catch at the 30-yard line, down to the 29. A huge play from the Galloping Ghosts. They've been looking for that play call all day, and the Bauer and Carroll connection finally hits on the long ball. Sets Kakana up inside Fond du Lac territory. Clock runs with 10:30 to go. Galloping Ghosts trail by only 2. Carroll breaks the offense. 2 receivers each side. Reardon stands behind him. Puts Weinberg in motion. Carroll tries the hard count, and I think it's a false start. Yes, it is. As the Galloping Ghosts jumped early, pushes him back 5 yards, and another, after they get the long play, another kind of disappointing play immediately following that one. We've seen that a couple times now where they shoot themselves into foot after a nice pickup on first down, and then ends up backing them up a little bit. So it's 1st and 15 with 10 minutes exactly to go in the contest. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right for Carroll. Incomplete through the hands of 2 separate Cardinals and Numentum. Ball. It's 2nd and 15. Cardinal marching band gets loud. 1 receiver each side. Carroll rolls off to the left side now. Looks down the field, looking for Bauer. It's off his hands and incomplete. Had the defensive back draped all over him. Unable to come up with the catch, and it's 3rd and long. That time it was just some good coverage, as I believe that was Umentum on the play back there for the Cardinals. 3rd and 15 for the Galloping Ghosts. They initially set up with 3 receivers left and now 2 to the right. Empty backfield for Carroll. Carroll calls for the snap. He drops back, looks down the field, fires it. It is incomplete off the hands of Schwalbach. That time it was Tyler Schwalbach. He really should have caught that one. It was right in the breadbasket. Ended up bouncing off his hands. And that brings up 4th and 15. The offense remains out there. Huge play in this contest. Couple of substitutions check in defensively for the Cardinals. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Reardon right next to Carroll. Carroll calling for the snap. He takes it, fakes the handoff. He's getting pressured. He dumps it off to Reardon. Reardon across the 30, across the 25. I don't think he got to the first down marker. Is going to be a yard short. And for the 3rd time today, Kakana turns it over on downs. So with that, we'll step aside after the turnover. And we will not step aside, I guess, and we'll talk about Fox Valley Tech. Each year, more than 6,000 high school students, college-level classes that high school students can take for free, saving, on average, more than $600 per student. Learn more at fvtc.edu/gettechnical. Kakana looked to be threatening, but they turn it over on downs and hand it right back to the Cardinals. Nikolkevich hands the ball off to Henschel. Henschel is able to get a couple yards on the carry on the right side of the offense. Looks like it'll be a pickup of about 4. 2nd and 6 for Fond du Lac. Clock runs with 8:55 remaining. Nikolkevich has 2 receivers to his left side. Takes a snap, looks, and a pass out there over the head of his intended target. He was looking for Everett Oliva out in the flat, tossed it right over his head. That brings up a 3rd, and they'll say 6. And both offenses have I mean, I guess Kakana was stopped on their last possession, and really Fond du Lac for majority of the last couple minutes have not looked good offensively themselves after they were able to extend their lead after halftime, clinging to a 2-point lead in this one. Two receivers left side for Mikulkevich. Mikulkevich takes a snap. He rolls out to the left side, looks down the field. He's hit as he's thrown, and it's going to drop short of his intended target. Great pressure up front from the Galloping Ghosts. Forces the incomplete pass to Devin Neal. And that brings up 4th down, and on comes the punt team for the Cardinals. Right now, nobody's back there, so it looks like it's an all-out pressure from this punt return team. Now they do put somebody back, as Will Clark will head out there to return this punt, and Martinez back at the 11-yard line to punt it away for Fond du Lac. Clean snap back to Martinez. The kick is away, high rolling kick, bounces at the 44-yard line, gets a good bounce for Fond du Lac. It's going to roll, sit right at the 35-yard line. Now we will step aside for a quick break on Zaleski Sports.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success, offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media alts. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Welcome back to the home of the Cardinals in Cardinal Stadium in Fond du Lac. Pick up on the play about, they're going to say it's about 3 on that play out of the timeout. And it's 2nd and 7 for Kakana. 3 men on the left side, 1 to the right. Job back there with Carroll. Fakes the handoff. Now he does hand it off to Job, and Job is going to get quite a few yards as he's pushing the pile. I will say it's 3rd and 2, actually. So big 3rd down coming up for the Galloping Ghosts as they trail by 2. Clock runs with 7:22 to go. Carroll stands with Job right next to him. He nearly got the defensive line to jump. Now the snap goes back to him, rolls around in the pocket. Now he's going to take off on the right side. He's across the 1st down marker and out of bounds inside of Fond du Lac territory. They're going to mark him out at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for Kakana. We've seen that play a number of times now from Carroll. Just rolling out and picking up the 1st down. Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bayer Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at BAERPM.com. 1st and 10 for Kakana. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff is going to go to Job. He's going to be across the left side. Taken down after a pickup of around 5 yards. And it will be 2nd down and 5 coming up for Kakana. .640 to go. Kakana trails by 2. Carroll stands with Job next to him. Takes a snap, looks out to the right side. That's going to be caught by Weinberg. Weinberg fights his way across the 40-yard line. And I say the clock will continue to run on that one. He was near the 1st down marker. I'm pretty sure he was short, though. And what are they going to say? They're looking at the measurement, and they do say 1st down. So fresh set of downs for Kakana. A nice pickup by Weinberg just to fight his way towards that 1st down marker on the Fond du Lac sideline. Clock runs with 6 minutes to go. 3 receivers left and 1 to the right. Carroll looks for the snap. He gets it. He hands it off to Job. Job across the right side. Now he cuts it back towards the middle of the field, and he will be taken down by a pair of Cardinals. As Mason Henschel was in on the stop on that one for Fond du Lac. As Carroll comes in to give the orders to the offense. Huge drive brewing for the Galloping Ghosts. Need points any way you can get them. Carroll calls for the snap, backs up in the pocket. Is going to be flushed out of the pocket to the left side. Still running, fights his way up the middle. And he's across 3 defenders and stiff arms a man down to around the 21-yard line of Fond du Lac. That's enough for the first down. And again, picking up the first down with his legs is Ryan Carroll. He's been pretty deadly when he's been flushed out of. Travel Leaders Discovery specializes in creating personalized, unforgettable, and stress-free travel experiences for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking vacations, cruises, hotel only, and air hotel. Call Travel Leaders Discovery at 833-TL-TRIPS and visit www.tltrips.com. Carroll takes a snap, hands it off to Reardon. Reardon up the gut. Reardon past 2 defenders and gets upended at the 5-yard line. Able just to burst his way up to the second level of this Fond du Lac defense. And with 4:19 to go, it's a first and goal at the 5. Carroll breaks the huddle, 1 receiver each side. Reardon right next to him. Carroll gets the snap, hands it off to Reardon. Reardon faked like he was going left, went right up the middle, and he was met at about the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, brings up second and goal at the 5-yard line. And again, we'll have to see what they call here. And it looks like they've been trying to kind of smash it with Reardon on the run. Kakana crowd on their feet on the left side of the broadcast area. 1 receiver each side. Carroll, snap, hand it off to Reardon. Reardon is met at the line of scrimmage, and he's driven back. Mason Henschel was there to drag him back a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they're going to say he's at the 8-yard line now, 3rd and goal. Down in the crunch time with 3:05 to go. It's a must-win game for both squads. Fond du Lac has no conference wins so far, and Kakana is 1-1. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left for Carroll. Mohamed Job checks in. He's right next to him. Fakes the handoff to Job. Does Carroll. Looks towards the end zone to Bauer. He's got him. Touchdown, Galloping Ghosts. And just like that, Kakana has fought back to take the lead. Carroll's been looking Bauer's way all game. Had a big catch to set him up inside Fond du Lac territory on this drive and completes it in the right-hand side of the end zone. So with 2:42 to go, Galloping Ghosts take a 26-22 lead. That's, of course, pending an extra point or a 2-point conversion. And they will be going for 2 here, which makes, the most sense. He plays 3 receivers to the right side and 1 to the left. Carroll calling for the snap. He gets it. He drops back in the pocket. Now gets flushed out to the left side. He's going to try to run for this one, but he's met and he's stopped at the 2-yard line. The 2-point conversion fails, but Kakana takes a 26-22 lead. This is coverage of high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Located on County Road KK, Birkin Heating and Cooling has proudly served Kaukauna for over 30 years. As a Bryant Factory authorized dealer, we offer top-quality Bryant and Payne products. We specialize in furnaces, air conditioners, boilers, new home construction, remodels, and April air humidifiers, serving for both residential and commercial needs. Plus, we service all makes and models, offering 24-hour emergency service. Call us today at 920 759-1478 and let Birkin take care of your heating and cooling needs.
Welcome back to Fond du Lac High School. Kakana has just taken a 26-22 lead after the touchdown reception from Pearson Bauer off the pass from Ryan Carroll, the quarterback. And now with 2:42 remaining, Fond du Lac will have an opportunity to respond and hopefully get some points up on the board if you're a Cardinals fan. At the end of this contest, though, we will have the Masonville Dairy postgame show. We'll have an interview with the winning coach and one of the top players from the winning side as well. We'll have to wait and see which squad that will be. Kick is away. It's a little bloop kick. It's going to bounce at the 22-yard line. Kind of fumbled initially, and yeah, his knee hit that time. As Xavier Davis picked the ball up, but he fielded it with his knee on the ground. And that's kind of a costly mistake there, especially on the pooch kick like that. Puts them inside the 20-yard line at their own 18-yard line. So they're going to have a long way to march down the field. And especially with only 2:40 left, there's still plenty of time really for them to work with, but I'm going to be kind of curious to see if they stick with the run, which is what their bread and butter is, or if they end up having to go with some more of their passing offense. And one of those targets is Xavier Davis, who's lined up on the left side of the offense. One receiver also on the right side. Henschel and Milkovic. Milkovic drops back to pass, looks deep down the field. He's got Davis. It is incomplete. Tried to go through 3 Kakana defenders as that one was tipped up incomplete, as I believe that was Will Clark who was back there making the play for the Galloping Ghosts. That brings up 2nd and 10. So I guess to answer my question right off the bat, it looks like Fond du Lac will indeed try to utilize some more of their weapons and their wide receivers as they trail by 4. 2 receivers left. Henschel in the backfield with Eli Milkovic. Milkovic drops back to pass. Still looking, rolls out to the left side. Still looking, fires it down the field, and is it intercepted? Was his feet in? They're going to say no! Luke Tetzlaff, the umpire or the official on this Fond du Lac side, signaled incomplete. From my angle, looked very, very close as Luke Tetzlaff just barely didn't keep his feet in. And looking over at our broadcast partners across the booth next to us, at least on the replay, it looked like his feet were in Tetzlaff, but of course they can't really review that. But it's 3rd and 10 for Fond du Lac, but it looked like it was a clean interception from Tetzlaff. Huge play in this game. 1 receiver each side for Milkovic. Puts a man in motion now, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, is going to try to keep it himself, but he's going to be spun around. He breaks out of it though, rolls out to the middle, and it's going to be incomplete on the throw. Kind of a last-ditch attempt just to feed that ball towards the middle of the field, looking for anybody, as that pass was intended to Henry Volks, the fullback for this Cardinals squad, and that brings up 4th and 10. And with 2:16 left, the offense remains on the field for Fond du Lac. You got to think this is the play of the game right here. If Kakana is able to make this stop, got to be feeling pretty good about where your offense will be placed. Deep inside Fond du Lac territory. Pretty much the same formation we've seen all day with 2 receivers left and Henschel in the backfield with Milkovic, and a timeout will be called by the Cardinals. So we will step aside for a very short break and be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting in that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Welcome back to Fond du Lac High School. My name is Jacob Link. It's 26-22 Kakana on top of the Cardinals of Fond du Lac with a 4th down and 10 coming up for the home squad. Play of the game in this one. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. They're going to have 6 men in coverage. Kakana will. Mikulkevich, and looks like head coach Matt Binsfield is going to call another timeout, but we will keep this one here and just kind of break this one down for you. In the first quarter, it was just all Cardinals. They went on top 15-0. Part of that was from the big touchdown run from Mikulkevich on the throw. One of them, he had one of the rushing touchdowns, and Mason Henschel had a big touchdown as well. So that was up 15-0 were the Cardinals of Fond du Lac. But then in that second quarter, we saw Kakana start to respond. They put up 13 points. And one of those was after a nice touchdown run from Muhammad Job and a touchdown reception from Pearson Bauer. And they were trailing by just 2 at the break after a failed 2-point attempt. After halftime, we saw Fond du Lac put up another score and took a 22-13 lead, and ever since then it's been all Galloping Ghosts. They've fought their way back, and now after another touchdown by Pearson Bauer, put them up 26-22. 2:16 to go, 4th and 10. They split a man out wide, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Mikulkevich with the snap, rolls out to the left side, looks down the field, now halts. Now here comes pressure. He's still running, fires it up, a last-ditch attempt, but it's caught! It's caught by Fond du Lac, enough for the first down. Caden Umentum on the reception. The senior wideout has enough for the first down. What a play by Eli Mikulkevich to spin out of some of that pressure. Remained strong and fired it down the field. And kind of losing him in coverage was the Galloping Ghosts, as Umentum ended up kind of being wide open after trailing back towards his quarterback. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. Still a ways to go towards the end zone, which is exactly what Fond du Lac needs as they trail by 4. Field goal won't do anything as Mikulkevich takes a snap, rolls to the left side, fires it, and is complete to Henschel. Henschel, a big gain on this first down reception. Is going to be about 2 to 3 yards short. They're going to say it will be probably about 2.5 yards short of the first down marker with 1:31 to go. So 1 receiver left and 2 to the right side for Mikulkevich. Puts a man in motion, fakes the handoff to Henschel. Is getting pressured, drops up, spins out of one of them, tries the shovel pass, and what's the call here? Incomplete is the call. It was a very dangerous shovel pass by Mikulkevich. 3rd and 2 coming up for this Kakana defense. But really, there's going to be 2 extra downs for Fond du Lac. I mean, they're not gonna punt it away with this much time left. So you get 2 more opportunities if you're head coach Sam Pluker to draw up a play that gets you enough for the first down. Mikulkevich in the backfield with Henschel right behind him. 2 receivers on the right side. Handoff goes to Henschel. Henschel up the middle, and he's met, but he's going to get enough for the first down. Moving the chains is Henschel as the clock continues to run, and he's going to clock the ball, does Mikulkevich. And he'll bring up 2nd and 10 right away. Finally gives Cardinals some time to breathe and talk about what play they're going to run next. This one's going to come right down to the finish line, but remember to stay tuned for the Nasonville Dairy postgame show with the winning coach and winning player. 1 receiver each side. Mikulkevich puts 1 in motion, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, drops back to pass. He's got his man. He's open. That's Davis. He caught it! Completed at the 5-yard line, and the Cardinals are in business. Mikulkevich hurries up the offense. 1:09 remaining, and the clock starts right now. 1st and 10. And he's just going to clock that one. Mikulkiewicz will brings up second down from the 5-yard line as they will kind of discuss things. But what a catch from Xavion Davis. Falling down on his back, able to haul that one in. That might be the play of the game in this one. Spectacular catch from Davis. And he sets up the opportunity for the Cardinals. The 5-yard line. Mikulkiewicz is going to hand the ball off to Henschel. Henschel on the left side to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Fond du Lac. And just like that, they were facing a 4th down at one point, but they make it all the way inside Kakana, tear it in from the 5, and they take a 28-26 lead. Now, there is a penalty on the play, and it was obviously after the touchdown. But, you know, the question is, at this point, because of the penalty, it would back up, I believe it would back up their extra point unit, which would make this, it's after the kickoff. So we'll have to see what they want to decide to do. The officials will talk things over. The flag was on Fond du Lac. And the officials will try to sort this one out. Unsportsmanlike on the Cardinals. And what are they going to do here? It looks like it'll be enforced on the kickoff. So lining up for a crucial extra point is Emiliano Martinez. Martinez takes his steps. The kick is up, and it is good! And that extends it to a 3-point lead. There's some extracurriculars going on down there on the field. Flags fly. The player has his helmet off, dragged down by his own teammate. But either way, 29-26, Fond du Lac on top. We'll be right back on Zaleski Sports.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting in that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Welcome back to Cardinal Stadium, where Fond du Lac just took a 29-26 lead. Now, there was an unsportsmanlike conduct called on Fond du Lac, I believe. It's going to be 30 yards in penalties now for the Cardinals. They already faced an unsportsmanlike after the touchdown. And again, after the extra point, they face another one. So 2 15-yarders. And this is going to be awesome field position for the Galloping Ghosts with a minute to go. Really been a wild game in this one here in Fond du Lac. Martinez will kick off, and he's placing the ball down at his own 13-yard line. This is insane. Cavi Weinberg in the middle to return for the Galloping Ghosts. Martinez takes his steps deep in his own half. And what are the referees going to talk about now? I don't know what there is to sort out. So they will talk things over. I'm kind of curious what he's complaining about. So anyways, Martinez is still waiting to kick this ball off. Somebody was just ejected down there on the field from the Fond du Lac side. And that will result in a suspension for next week's game for Fond du Lac. But anyways, here's the kick. It is up, and Weinberg will return it at the 35-yard line. He runs right down the middle of the field now, cuts to the right side. He's across the 50, down to the 40, and near the 35-yard line. Huge swap of field position on this kickoff. And Kakana will be back in business, 52 seconds. And they just need 3 to tie, 7 to take the lead. They have 1 timeout to go, does Kakana. as the crowd gets loud here in Fond du Lac. Carroll in the backfield. Reardon right next to him. Puts Weinberg in motion, fakes the handoff. Drops off to the left side. It's coming right back to Reardon. It is incomplete. No, it's intercepted. I think it was on his back. I think that ball was on his back. From here, it looked like it bounced off the defender, and I believe it sat on his back. But they're going to still say incomplete. That was a crazy turn of events. It was intercepted. It was on his back, but they say incomplete. And really, both teams, from officials' errors, are, down to interception both. We saw Tetzlaff for Kakana. He was in bounds when he intercepted it. They said that one was incomplete, but either way, it's 2nd and 10. Snap goes to Carroll, fakes the handoff, looks, and is going to dump it off to Reardon. Reardon fights his way to the 30. He's still chugging. 38 seconds, and is going to be taken back. Clock is running right now. They got to hurry this thing up. 30 seconds to go now. 3rd down and 4 remaining. Carroll with the snap, drops back on the right side, looks down the field, tosses it. It's caught. It's caught by Gussman, and he is in bounds. They said that he was in bounds. They're signaling that the clock is supposed to keep running. They're jumping around. There's 9 seconds, 8 seconds left, and now they finally get a timeout. Pandemonium at Cardinals Stadium in Fond du Lac. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. And I don't know if the clock ever stopped after they got the first down. Unfortunate that he couldn't get out of bounds. Right now they're showing just 8 seconds on the clock. We're going to go over there and talk to Coach Binsfeld. And I don't think they're going to add any more time. No, they do. They do. They put on 14 seconds, and it starts on the signal. Carroll drops back to the left side. Looks. That pass is complete, but he still is in bounds with 5. Now with 4, with 3, with 2, with 1. And now he signals for the timeout with 1 second left. We are going to keep this one here. I do not want to miss the end of this play. This game, I should say, is a huge catch by Gustman. And he got himself down to the 15-yard line. And it's going to be one play.
They asked Cavi where he wanted the ball. He came to the quarterback. They played that way. They went that way.
And I think they're setting up for the field goal attempt.
Yep.
As it looks like Weinberg was signaling about which hash that they wanted it at. So that is why they took so long to take that timeout. So with this kick, it'll either send it to overtime or Fond du Lac will come away with a victory on their home field for their Hall of Fame game. Weinberg practicing his steps over there on the Galloping Ghosts sideline. And it's going to come down to one kick. And, I mean, he has a pretty good leg, as he had a 40-yard kick earlier this season, did Weinberg. 41 yards, that's what it was against Hortonville. This will be a much more manageable kick than that one was. It'll be a 32-yard field goal on the left hash. 1 second remaining. And now calling a timeout is Sam Pluker. I don't know if they're going to see him. Here's the kick, though. It's up, and no, they called timeout before he kicked it. Sam Pluker was running on the field, literally at the 20-yard line, signaling for the timeout. They let Weinberg kick the ball. It went through, but they got the timeout beforehand. It was good on the kick, but still, I mean, to have to go out there and make 2 of these kicks now, that's got to be, all the pressure is on Weinberg right now. Carroll will be the holder as they will continue their snaps on the side. 29-26 is your score with 1 second remaining. It will remain a 22-yard field goal on the left hash. They're just trying to ice the kicker here in Weinberg. That kick was pretty good considering, Weinberg's been in and out of the game. He's been limping at some points, and, I can't imagine what he's going through right now and what emotions he's going through. sets up the kicking block at the 22-yard line. It all comes down to one field goal attempt. The snap is clean. The kick is up, and it is good. It is good. We are tied at 29 apiece, and we will be headed to overtime in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. So with that, we will now step aside for a break and bring you coverage of overtime between Kakana and Fond du Lac here on Zaleski Sports.
Friends, are you a retiree like myself and have some spare time and wanting to meet new people? I drive school bus for Cobison Buses. I enjoy seeing many smiling faces, and I still have time for the activities I enjoy. Cobison Buses offers a flexible schedule, and it's a well-paid part-time job. It's the perfect balance of work and play. Come join me make a difference in your community. Visit Cobison.com for more information and to find a Cobison terminal near you.
Welcome back to Cardinal Stadium in Fond du Lac. We are all squared away at 29 apiece after the 32-yard field goal from Cavi Weinberg of Kaukauna. They put together themselves a very nice drive to end that game. Had a huge switch in field position off of about 30 yards of penalties after the Fond du Lac touchdown. And they were able to just barely get the kick away with 1 second left. And we will have a fresh new coin toss at the 50-yard line between both squads. This has been a topsy-turvy game. And really, I mean, we saw it earlier. Kakana should have had an interception. And really, if you're looking at it, Fond du Lac should have had an interception down the stretch. That would have iced the game for them. Ball was laying on their own man's back and picked it up, but the referees said that it hit the ground first, but it did not, as we even saw the replay up here as well. And so they will talk things over at the 50-yard line. I don't know if they're too bad we can't hear them, as still looking to see who will come away with this one. And it looks like Fond du Lac won the toss. They will be moving from right to left on your screen. No, but Kakana will receive the first possession of overtime. So Kakana will take over here in overtime, and you know, both offenses have looked really good in this one. Both teams, you know, average around 17 or 18 points a game, and they've both put up nearly 30 in this contest at 29 apiece. So Kakana will start with the football at the 25-yard line. These rules are, you know, just like college football in overtime. So both teams will get possession of it. So first down and 10 will be the Galloping Ghosts at the 25-yard line on the right hash. What a finish we have in store, and we don't even know which side we're going to interview for the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. So Ryan Carroll and company sets up at the Cardinal 25-yard line. Three receivers left, one to the right. Carroll takes a snap, backs up, rolls to the left side of the pocket. Still looking. He's going to try to take this one himself. He's across the 20-yard line and is going to be shoved out of bounds. He started to go backwards once he reached the 20-yard line. And he will be marked out of bounds at the 21. A gain of 4 on the run. Brings up 2nd and 6. Nobody has left this stadium like they should for the completion of this one. 3 receivers right and 1 to the left. Carroll with the snap, drops back in the pocket, still looking for options. getting pressured, steps up, now he rolls to the right side. Is he going to keep it himself? No, he fires to the end zone. It's incomplete over the head of his intended receiver. That was Schwalbach that he was looking for, Tyler Schwalbach. And that brings up 3rd and 6. As the Cardinal band starts to get the crowd amped up for what will be a huge 3rd down. You can tell everybody's nervous out here. 3 receivers set off to the right side and 1 to the left. It's an empty backfield for Carroll. 2 receivers, on the left side. Carroll drops back to pass, looks over the middle. It's caught by Schwalbach. He's got enough for the first down. Spun down at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Galloping Ghosts. The market just inside that 5-yard line. And, the most important thing is that they have a fresh set of downs here to punch it in. Reardon checks into the game at running back, stands next to Carroll. Carroll takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Reardon. Reardon, with a man pulling on his leg, gets a couple yards there. He got 2 on the carry. 2nd and goal from the 3. As Alex Bettinger was in to make the stop for Fond du Lac. Nice job by him just to kind of tug on Reardon's leg to prevent him from getting near that pylon, or the front of the goal line, I should say. Snap goes to Carroll. He hands it off to Reardon. Reardon dives for the end zone. He's going to be stopped short once again. And this time it brings up a 3rd and 2 yards to go until the end zone. I'm going to say he did get 1 on that carry, did Reardon. As the Fond du Lac faithful get on their feet. 2 receivers right. Reardon in the backfield with Carroll. Takes a snap. He hands it off to Reardon. He dives for the end zone, and he is in for the touchdown. He powered his way in, took the initial hit. The second effort brought him in. And on the first possession of overtime, Kakana takes a 35-29 lead. Pending an extra point from Cavi Weinberg. Weinberg to take his steps. The kick is up, and it is good. 36-29 is your score. I don't even know, do we take timeouts in overtime or not? I'm going to say no on that one. The last thing we want to do is miss any part of this game. And again, it's been really back and forth. I've talked about it before. Fond du Lac was up 15-0 after the first quarter. Then the Galloping Ghosts stormed back, put 13 up on the scoreboard, made it 15-13 at halftime. Fond du Lac was able to attack on points right after halftime, went up 22-13. Galloping Ghosts able to respond, and it's really been back and forth since then. At the end of the game was a huge flip of field position, gave the Galloping Ghosts the ball at the 35-yard line of Fond du Lac after 30 yards of penalties after a Fond du Lac touchdown. And at the end of the game, Kakana was just able to get inside field goal range with 1 second left. That's when Cavi Weinberg snuck home the field goal to make it 29-29. And Kakana strikes first in this overtime period. They do not switch sides between possessions. I'm kind of confused why the refs walked him all the way down there and then just to send him all the way back. So the Cardinals will take over on offense now, trailing by 7. On once again is Eli Mikulkevich at the quarterback slot. He's really relied on Mason Henschel all season. Last week, Henschel ran for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns against Kimberly. And he's probably going to be relied on in this one as well, in this overtime period. Mikulkevich takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Henschel. Henschel up the left side, and he's going to be met by 4 or 5 Kakana defenders. Weston Hamilton was in there as well to make the stop for the Galloping Ghosts. A gain of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 in this overtime period. Crowd gets very quiet at Cardinal Stadium. And just as they say that, now they all get up on their feet. 3 receivers, right side for Mikulkevich. Motions Henschel around. Fakes the handoff. Now Mikulkevich takes it himself. He's across the 20-yard line, and he is going to be stopped at about the 24-yard line. And he was brought down by Dylan Lotzer out there. And they're going to say 3rd and 5. Ball spotted on the 20-yard line exactly. As Mikulkevich sends 2 receivers to the right side. Henschel stands next to him. The snap, the handoff goes to Henschel. Henschel pushes his way up the middle near that first down marker, but I think he's going to be just short. So Mason Henschel will be 1 yard short of that first down marker as they break up the pile down there. Romanesco on the stop for Kakana. And this is now probably the biggest play of the game now that we are in overtime. 36-29, Kakana on top. Almost like a whole tush-push situation here, except they got Henschel in the backfield. He dives to the first down. Did he get it? Did he lose the ball maybe? What are they going to say here? This is going to be very tough to tell from our angle. And they will sort it out. Henschel had it on the carry, just needed 1 yard. And they stopped him! The Galloping Ghosts stopped him, and they will walk away with the victory! They needed 1 yard! And Kakana's defensive front stopped Henschel, and they will take home the 36-29 victory and improve to 2-1 in FVA play. With that, we will now step aside, and when we come back, we'll have the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. This has been a presentation of Zaleski Sports, but stick around.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Now, Coach, talk me through this victory. You guys were trailing 15-0 at one point. How are you guys able to march back and eventually take this win in overtime?
Well, there's something to be said for having your back against the wall and knowing the importance of this game. So I tell you what, like our kids, we said we're not coming back to Kakana without giving our very best and leaving everything on the field. So 15-0 wasn't the end of us. So proud of our kids for buying into that, right? Because as a coach, you can say things, but it takes the kids to believe it, want to go get it and then live it out. So they did.
And then what was that speech, going into overtime? What did you tell the kids out there?
I just said, hey, aren't we having fun? Isn't this great? This is what high school sports is all about, right? Having the opportunity to go win a big game down here on the road. A couple years ago, we were down here and lost, a really tough one. And so I just said, what an opportunity for us to go and do this, have fun, enjoy each other, and they did.
And then your offense was really firing on all cylinders down the stretch there. Do you think this is a turning point for the team in the season?
I think so. I think we're still finding out who we are right now. When you have a young team and a young quarterback, you got to work through some things, and we're working through them. But our kids really didn't give up after a rough start and said, hey, and our coaching staff adapted, and we found what we needed to do to win.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Good win today.
Thank you. Get in here, bud.
All right, I'm now here with quarterback Ryan Carroll for Kakana. Now, Ryan, tell me about what you saw out there. The offense needed a couple quarters to get going, but then at the end, you guys looked unstoppable.
I know. We just executed at a high level again. We did it all week in practice, and we knew we could do it tonight, and we came out here and we did that.
And then what was the feeling like in overtime? Like your first overtime game as on varsity here. What was that like for you?
It was super nervous. I mean, they did a great job marching down the field there and scoring at the end, but we knew we could get a field goal there at the end. We wanted to score again, but we got the field goal, and we tied the game. We did it in overtime.
And then what does it say about your squad that you guys just have a never give up mentality?
I mean, we just know we can do it. We did it now. We just can't look back and just keep doing it.
Awesome, thanks. So now, I don't know if you've done this before or not, but it's the in-the-house portion of the post-game show. I'm going to give you the mic, step aside, count you down. You're going to say your name, and then I'm in the house.
All right. I'm Ryan Carroll, and I'm in the house.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes. Nice job today. Thank you.